about the one that really feels, really connected to a particular kind of site or place, that really, is really ambitious. And if there are two or three, fine, but, I wouldn't really suggest just everything on the folder, the project folder.
Thanks. And then in the middle there?
My name is Andrew. I'm an anthropologist, so I was wondering how open are you to people who aren't defined as artists?
We're open. We love it, actually. And of course, the idea of being materialized in a specific way, which, maybe, because we're very open to individuals from social sciences, natural sciences, whatever, also to think about somebody that may be interested in working with to help with that materialization. Get out about these projects so quickly. So it's a different form of memory with which we're working now. But even if that different form of memory wasn't spreading very quickly around the world, I think we've always been interested in personal memory of a project. That's what I think gives the project its capacity to exist. If people still remember it, and remember it vividly, that's the way in which something lives on. So yes, documentation, but more than that, yes, memory.
There's a question just here.
Hello, Lucy, artist from Manchester. I wanted to know a little bit more about how you collaborate with the selected artists and what kind of support you offer for ideas and how your role kind of brings about an element of the final artwork, please.
We are producers, commissioners, but also collaborators as well. We like to engage in conversations with the artists from the very start. I think Artangel, I've been in it for 4.5 years now. It's got a really good track record of being able to open doors that other artists like my father have opened. Anything in particular that you were wondering about?
Kind of how you might, is it a case of you're sitting down making meetings and kind of identifying partners that you might be able to make the artist with? And kind of, if we're talking about big ideas and big projects that are obviously beyond maybe some of my own resources and some of the people's resources in this room, and what you kind of think you might bring.
Don't worry about the production process at all. Just try and make the idea as almost impossible as you can, and we'll work out how to put it together later. Within the realm of possibilities, we'll try to do that.
There really isn't a fixed template to this, so it depends on who you are, what your ideas are, the way that you like to work. We'll then try and, in a sense, Artangel is quite amorphous. It can change shape as an organisation, in relation to your project. And sometimes artists and teams really like to be part of teams working together, every day. Really feel that the project is being made together. But on the other hand, last year we were working on one of our large-scale commissions. At a certain point, the artist told me that I wasn't actually very welcome or very needed, given the concentration that, I'm not going to say too much, that he or she, so you can't get too much, felt was important to the work. And at that point, you also sometimes need to learn to step back. We're not in there, so we've always got to be in there. It's just a matter of trying to have some kind of emotional intelligence in relation to what the project and
previously that you decided about that you were like God you could go through with, but then you kind of hit a brick wall and you couldn't actually see these projects through. That seems like maybe some kind of someone wanted to do something on a certain piece of land and there was restrictions or I just wondered if there was anything that like that was happened.
Well, we're quite determined, and we hope we'll work with people who are equally determined. I mean, you know, clearly if you're aiming at a particular piece of land, let's say a bit of Ministry of Defence property, and they say no, you have a choice, which is then to try and rethink the idea in relation to another bit of land, or, you know, it's not possible. But I would say in about 20 years of commissioning and producing our major projects, we've only had to discontinue two commitments that we've made for different reasons. So normally where there's a will, there's a way.
And what tends to happen is it takes longer.
I just wanted to go back to the fleet. If an artist was to work with another professional in a different discipline, would the 15K be split between them?
You can have my
Two feet.
I think that's a chance of 2 feet.
We've got time for one or two more questions. One more here.
Hi, I'm just wondering, if it was a project that had the possibility to generate income, how would that, if it's something you'd look into, would you charge, say I'm a filmmaker, predominantly, so, or would you expect it to be a free event? How would that work?
We tend to prefer our projects to be free as rudimentary, given their funding
seats in the building. Yeah.
But having said that, charging for different purposes, if you need to, for whatever reason, limit to other people to get into the project or try and moderate the traffic into the project, then sometimes charging can be justified. I think it shouldn't be a qualifying factor, it's certainly not a deal breaker. It's probably not even that much a detail we need to know about at this stage.
It shouldn't be something that an artist or a theatre maker should be worried about. It should be something that we work through as the proposals began to take shape.
Anyone else?
Within the collaborative project, what would your attitude towards non-fiction artists being quite natural?
It's a good question, and there are some grey areas within our guidelines, and that's probably one of them. I mean, we have thought if there's a collaborative group, but at least if the centre of gravity and a key artist visit is living and working in the UK, that's all right. But we'd probably probe quite closely if there was a group and it didn't seem that the proposal had come from somebody here who was really at the heart of the idea. But again, we wouldn't want to, we'd sort of err on the side of being generous in terms of trying to respond to this sort of situation. I mean, the one thing we are very clear about is, for example, that there needs to be an artist living and working here, so that we haven't opened this up actually to British artists living overseas, which has caused some disappointment, but hey, I mean, it means that David Hockney in the 1960s couldn't have applied, we can now.
Anyone else?
Right.
Just to clarify, Mark, at what time do you want to come to suggest a mentor? At the beginning or celebrate?
Yeah, we'd like to suggest a mentor as part of your making a proposal. But if you don't, that's fine. And if, we are also in the process of building up a cross-section of artists, filmmakers, writers who are kind of offering to put themselves forward. So there are many names on the website at the moment, but there will be kind of 20 or 30 names up there that you might also find of interest to think about.
I've got a couple of closing questions just to get both of you to kind of just share some things that I think people should take away. So first, I know from conversations with you that you are very, very serious. This is not just visual artists. It's many art forms, any art form is anthropology. So just confirm that for everybody.
It's true. I confirm. We are. I think Roger Myers did it very well last time when we met. He did when he just said he almost couldn't grasp how open this open is. It's really very open.
And James, you were talking earlier about it being not about Artangel, it being about the open. Just say what you mean by that.
Well, I mean, I think in the end, the open is a process. It's an invitation. It's a means to an end. An Artangel is also a means to an end. I mean, and of course we are in front of this process at the moment. And we hope that people know about our work and hope that some of the work we've done might be inspiring, might be a catalyst to think, well, maybe this idea could work too. But we want to be behind the project. I mean, because we're not a building, we're not a place in ourselves, ultimately it doesn't matter to us that everyone knows that Artangel commissioned or produced that. What matters to us is that people still talk about the Band of Aubrey or Roger Hines' T-shirt